There is a quiet misunderstanding that many people carry about strength. They believe that being fully open, fully visible, and fully expressive at all times is a form of courage. That showing everything about yourself without filters, without restraint, is the highest form of authenticity. But in reality, that is not always courage. Sometimes it is naivety. Because not every environment rewards openness. Not every space is safe for full exposure, and not every person who sees you will understand you with good intentions. In certain environments, exposing everything about yourself does not make you authentic, it makes you predictable. And predictability, when placed in the wrong hands, stops being harmless. It becomes information. It becomes leverage. It becomes an advantage for others who know how to observe without revealing themselves. This is not about pretending. It is not about hiding out of fear or weakness. It is about understanding something more strategic. Not everything you are needs to be available to everyone. There is a difference between honesty and full exposure, between being real and being exposed, between being open and being unguarded. True intelligence does not constantly announce itself. It does not need to prove its depth in every conversation. It does not rush to be understood. It does not rush to be seen. Instead, it knows timing. It understands silence. It understands observation. And it understands when to let others underestimate what they do not yet comprehend. Because underestimation can be a tool, a space to move without interference, a space to observe without pressure, a space to understand before being fully read. And this is where many people unknowingly lose control of their own narrative. Whoever speaks too soon reveals more than they realize. Whoever reacts without thinking exposes their structure. And whoever feels the need to constantly prove their worth ends up draining their own energy in the process. Control is not only about action, it is also about restraint. It is not only about what you do, it is about what you choose not to show. There is a quiet strength in refusing to correct every false assumption others make about you, in letting misunderstandings exist without immediate correction. Not because truth doesn't matter, but because timing matters more than reaction. Being underestimated is not a disadvantage. In many cases, it is time. Time to observe without pressure. Time to understand without interference. Time to move without being tracked too closely. Because once someone believes they have already figured you out, they stop watching carefully. And that is where awareness shifts. But this kind of approach is not easy. It requires discipline, because the impulse to respond is constant. The impulse to defend yourself is immediate. The impulse to prove your value is strong. The ego wants recognition now. It wants clarity now. It wants validation now. But strategy does not operate on impulse. It operates on timing. And timing requires patience. Very few people are willing to stay silent today to gain clarity tomorrow. Very few are willing to delay reaction to improve the outcome. But that delay is often where advantage is built. Thinking ahead is not about predicting every possible outcome. That is impossible. Instead, it is about preparing yourself so you are not forced to react emotionally when situations arise. It is about building options instead of reacting to pressure. It is about choosing your response instead of being pulled into one. It is about moving when conditions are right, not when discomfort demands action. And that difference is often what separates reaction from control. In the end, success is not determined by who speaks the loudest, or who reacts the fastest, or who shows the most at every moment. It is determined by who understands timing. Because true mastery is not in appearing strong all the time. It is in knowing exactly when strength does not need to be shown. And when the moment finally arrives, you do not announce it. You demonstrate it, without warning, without explanation, and without noise. If you love this video, make sure to like this and subscribe to this channel for more content like this.